Atomic Filters, and today I'm going to explain to you what MERV 16 is. MERV, you may have seen it on the side of a filter like this. This is a Lennox filter. It says MERV 16. That number 16 is the reporting value for the filter, and that tells when the filter will be least efficient. MERV is a scale that goes from 1 up to 16. The higher the number, the better that filter is at removing particles out of the air and smaller particles out of the air every time the air passes through it. So to give you an idea, MERV 8 is a typical filter that is a good starter level for protecting the air quality. This is a 1-inch filter, but deeper filters like these right here, these can be less restrictive than this 1-inch filter. So you may have heard MERV 16 can be too restrictive. Not necessarily the case. The pressure drop, which is how our initial resistance in water gauge is how filters are measured, on this 1-inch filter for MERV 8 is actually greater at 0.12 than it would be on this atomic version of a Lennox replacement filter, which is 0.07. So very low resistance because of the way it's engineered, with a lot more pleats and a lot more media, which helps the air to move through this filter better. Also the fact that it's much deeper than a 1-inch filter. So this filter right here from Lennox has a resistance of 0.10, and that's a very low resistance as well. And that's because of the way it's engineered with those deep pleats that are very close together. So hope that explains a little bit about what MERV 16 is as far as where it is on the scale. It's at the top of the scale, so it's going to remove a lot more particles than, say, a MERV 8 filter. A MERV 8 filter will remove a large percentage of large particles from 3 to 10 microns. It removes about 75% of particles. But as you go to 3 to 1 microns, it only removes about 20% of those particles. This not only removes 95% of those larger particles and even higher, it removes 99% of those smaller particles from 1 to 3 microns, 95%, and 95% of the particles from 0.3 to 1 microns. And those can be very problematic for people with breathing issues or respiratory issues or asthma. So hope that explains a little bit more about MERV 16, one of the best filters on the market, and it is not necessarily too restrictive depending on how it's made. If you have any questions, feel free to check in with us at Atomic Filters. Thanks for tuning in.